What is going on, Panther Lair? We are back talking about the Pittsburgh Panthers' home loss to the NC State Wolfpack, 81-72 this past Saturday afternoon. Now, it's hard to get out of this game without talking a little bit about Roman Siulepa. He again recorded a double-double, this time to the tune of 15 points and a now career-high 13 rebounds. Siulepa has played really well, and honestly, if the silver lining in what is probably going to be a disappointing season for Pitt is that Siulepa becomes a really impactful piece this season and down the line, then I think at least the Panthers have something to build on. Now, just to throw a couple things out here again before we dive into the tape, is that over the last 9 games, Siulepa has scored in double figures in 8 of those 9, and he has shot 50% or better from the field in 6 of those 9. So he's certainly trending in the right direction, as Panthers are pretty much in the heart of ACC play. Now, I think a couple of things here is areas that I want to focus on, because these are things he wasn't doing well early, some things that he's still trying to develop, and then kind of probably the most important developmental thing by the end. So let's dive in. First thing that I think he has done a better job is having much more spatial awareness than he did. Always had good hands, always had a great motor, but that type of finish is not something that he's been always capable of doing, and his spatial awareness for where he is around the basket has gotten better. Now, the other side of it, though, is he is still working out ways to create and craft better finishing angles for himself. Like here, he probably could just go into the shot blocker, pretty much hits the bottom of the backboard, right? So again, one of the things he's doing well is he is starting to figure out, hey, where am I in relation to the basket? The next piece of that is, okay, well, how can I position myself around the basket for the best possible finishing angle? And you can see that here as well in this drive. And this is probably the most important thing for him to develop maybe throughout the rest of the season, other than maybe shooting 3-pointers, right? If he could just keep going 2 for 4, 2 for 5, I know that's a pretty tall ask, but I don't fashion him as a guy that you ever really want taking 8 or 9 threes a game, maybe not even 6, because he's so valuable under the basket, getting offensive rebounds and starting to convert those things. I think you want to pull him in a little bit more, especially as the team likes to lift Cam Corrin. Okay, but I digress. He's going to go ahead here, take his man off of the dribble, spin in the lane, navigate between 2 defenders, and finish on the other side of the basket. Again, having an idea of where he is in relation to the rim. That's certainly gotten better over the course of the season. And we're going to take a look at one more of his drives here at the end, where he misses. But again, this kind of highlights, can't put the ball on the floor, but where he lifts here, this is maybe not the toughest angle if you just look at it right here, but if he's able to go straight up and just kiss this off the glass, but he continues to travel enough that he has to reach back to try to finish this. And I still think this is just him trying to work out the most optimal finishing angles in a variety of settings, right? Part of that is, hey, when you're working out of the dunker spot, the low block. Part of that's like when you're driving the ball. These things are all going to cover with experience. Clearly, he's getting better at these things. Now, I did mention, hey, maybe being able to put the ball on the floor is the most important thing. It's probably actually free throws, but that seems to be pretty fixable, you would think. So lots to like here for what Siulepa is bringing to the table. Again, I think the Panthers are going to be able to come out of the season with him as a pretty important piece moving forward. That's not going to maybe make up for the fact that they might only win 10 to like 12 games. But hey, if he keeps going in this trajectory, there's a good chance that, you know, he's going to be somebody who can maybe even be a, you know, all rookie freshman type of team here by the end of the season. So we'll see.